Hello, Multiple Perspectives on Learning and Teaching class. This is Sharon Mistretta. Dr. Abel asked me to touch base with you regarding some formatting guidelines for your synthesis of research literature. So what I want to point out to you is here I'm on my Johns Hopkins platform, and you should have an organizational panel here where you can access the Doctor of Education program site. I'm going to click on this link, and this is going to navigate to this page where you're going to see the word resources. If you click on resources and then scroll down to dissertation, you will have the applied dissertation description, and that's the resource that I want to go over with you today. So if you click on that description, the most important area for this semester has to do with the Chapter 1, Understanding the POP right here. So this is what I wanted to go over with you. Also in regard to a dissertation that is on the cloud that is in Session 3 resources. So if you look at the cloud, what I did was I had clicked on Beth Corbett's dissertation, which is the first one in the lineup of all of the examples that they gave you. And what I wanted to show you is the way that Beth has followed. I'm just going to bring this over here. The way that Beth has followed the sections of understanding POP in your guidelines for your dissertation. So I'm just going to put this document over here and then Beth's document right here. And what I want to show you is the way that she aligned her writing with the components of what they want for Chapter 1. So here, the introduction that establishes the POP within the literature. What Beth does here in the Beginner Teacher's Challenge is she establishes why this problem is important in the field of education. This is not why it's important in your setting. You're going to establish the rationale for why this problem is important. And that is where you're going to support your argument with the literature that you find in your research. Now look at the section that says problem of practice, which is the clear statement, and this is something that you've been working on. Here, she has the heading problem of practice, and she describes her problem of practice. Now this is a brief problem of practice. Yours might be a little bit longer, but this is the order that she wants to convey. So now what we have is the POP and the theoretical framework. So here's the problem of practice that Beth did, and she did have an area where she talks about her context after the problem of practice. So now I'm going to scroll down here, and here is where she has her underlying theories. Now, she might not have used Bronfenbrenner ecological systems theory because of her cohort. She has social constructivism. What you are asked in your cohort is to use the ecological systems theory and to frame your theoretical discoveries based on what your POP is on Bronfenbrenner and Morris. So here, though, I'm just showing you that the next section that she did was the theories. So what I'm trying to show you is that you should be following these lettered items as your headings. Watch that you are aligning yourself with Chapter 1, Understanding the POP, as delineated in the document that I had just showed you as the dissertation document, applied dissertation description. Okay, so we're going to go back to chapter 1 again. So we did the theories. Okay, there's the systems approach that they're talking about. This is the theoretical framework. And then we clearly identify the potential underlying causes and factors relating to the POP. So let's go to another section after her theoretical frameworks, and you're going to see she did hers on mathematics, pedagogical knowledge, and beliefs. So here she is aligning herself with the underlying causes. And then she should have in this next section a synthesis of her research literature. Okay, so here's factors associated with learning to teach. So she has these as her headings. Teacher factors, you see headings 1, headings 2. Teacher self-efficacy. Okay, and here she has the conclusion here. Okay, so you would place your synthesis of research literature as you're developing your argument, and then you would have your summary of factors. So here she did this in a conclusion section. Okay, so what I want to make sure that you know, and this is what Dr. Abel had asked me to reach out to you, is that you follow the sections that you see here in the applied dissertation document, so that this provides you with the structure for your paper. And then there's one more thing that I want to show you, and that is in the Microsoft Word template website. So it's templates.office.com, and you're going to search for APA style report. This will solve a lot of the APA formatting concerns that we have regarding papers that are being handed in. If you take this APA style report and you download it, it's going to go into my downloads folder. I am going to open this. So I'm going to go into my downloads, and it just downloads it as this numbered document. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to do a file save as, but what I want you to notice is that it has every little hint that you need for APA formatting, and what's most important is it has this styles pane that is already set up for your headings. That is going to save you a tremendous amount of time. Also, what's going to save you a tremendous amount of time is when you take this and you're going to do a file and save as template. Don't save as a document, save as a template. So I'm going to call it APA template, and I'm going to save it. Now, when I want to do a brand new report, I go to my Microsoft Word, and I go to a file, new from template, and here it is. It places it in the section which is APA templates, so that you can then click on this and you can see that it has all of the hints that you need to start your paper. It has all of the numbering, page numbering set up, and your headings, so that you can use this to start your paper. Now, keep in mind, you see that it has document 9. You have to save this as something. So if you do a file and a save as, and I hope that you have many folders set up. I have my JHU folders. I have things set up, folders set up by the semester. So here's spring 2019. Here's my MPLT TA. So I'm going to make believe that this is my paper. I also have a folder within each course that says assignments. It's staying really ultra organized. And then I would have, say, cognitive analysis. Now, one important thing that I want you to know is that I'm going to suggest that you put your last name in the name of the title, because we need to keep track of whose paper is whose, and it really helps us if you just put your last name dash and then whatever the paper is. Okay, so I put Mistretta Cognitive Analysis, it changes it like this, and now I am good to go. So this is a hint that I'm creating for you that it really saves you a lot of time if you just simply use the Microsoft Word APA template, and it has what you're seeing here is a Mac. This is Word for Mac, but it works for Windows-based devices, etc. Please reach out if you have any questions. Thanks.